Quad is potentially going back and forth with Phaedra. Ooh. Some Atlanta reality TV stuff, child. Beginning with our girl Quad over there down to the Married to Medicine. So much has been hitting the airwaves when it comes to Married to Medicine, and this is a very multi-layered conversation. Let's first begin with Quad.
But why this picture, Oliver?
Well, this is the only one I can find. I thought it was a good picture. Is it not a good picture?
It's just kind of basic. It's not wrong with it.
I think we could just like
pull the wig forward a little bit.
Well, she should have did that. I thought it was a lovely picture, honestly, when I pulled it. Okay. And I actually had clicked on another picture, but I was like, oh, no, I like this one better. This is great.
I don't think it looks bad, honestly. I don't. I didn't even clock the whole wig thing until, who said pull the wig down? Oh, Lord.
I don't know who said that, Chris.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God.
No,
I think that's Quad's head shade,
I have seen wig lines of many variations in my life. I've seen folks who have the wig way too low where the forehead looks so tiny. And I'm like, okay, well, if that makes you happy, go ahead.
If you like it, then wear it.
Well, it's a lot of wig pulling over there down to the Married to Medicine. There's been a lot of conversations online with Quad's recent comments in media. There was a comment left on her video, her post on Instagram, where someone says, honey, you were the seasoning to that show. Know that now, I'm assuming they meant to say, now that they removed you, it's just bland. And Quad responds by saying, I'll be there for 2 more episodes. Then they asked me to leave episode 7, for the rest of the season in the most humiliating way. I'm not a hater, and I respect all of the beautiful ladies of Married to Medicine, friend or foe. So all of the it girls can show y'all how it they really are. How do we feel about these talks? And Quad confirming what looks like to be her mid-season departure from the show. Darius, we're gonna go to you first on this.
First, I want to say that is a beautiful picture in the background of this little comment.
Bitch, fuck you.
It really is. Miss Quad, she got it. She's always had it. She will always have it. I think that this is one of those situations where Married to Medicine has been successful solely because of their ability to keep all of the OGs, the heavy hitters, the original women tied to this show. And if this group is to dissipate and to become, a group that includes other people who were not there originally, I love Phaedra. She's my all-time favorite housewife. Sweet Tea, she's, I don't know what she got going on, but she's there. The new lady, what's the doctor that Dr. Jackie said that she wouldn't go to because we really don't know much about her dental practice? Dr. Alicia. I just think that they're doing too much too quickly. It's just too much. I think that the power of this show is in keeping the group together. And if Quad Exodus continues to be off of this show, I'm not sure what that will mean for the future of this show.
Before we go to anybody else, I do want to play this video from Dr. Heavenly Cons that's also hit the internet, where she kind of speaks about this that's going on with Quad leaving the show. Let's watch it right quick.
Quad set herself up, and if we get into the fourth wall, we can talk about how she was set up, but I don't even want to go there. And then if you miss 4 weeks at Smiles by Dr. Heavenly, you no longer have your job. I'm just gonna say that. If you don't come to work every day on time, you lost your job. I'm telling you, if you talk shit to me in my office, you don't have your job. I don't give a how the hell you produce in my office. If you talk shit to me around my staff negatively, you don't have a job. And this is corporate. Don't play with me, y'all. Because Quad is on my heart, and I love her, and I know she's been through a lot. But damn it, do your fucking job.
Well, on that note,
look at Dr. Simone.
Yeah, I mean, you could clearly see both Toya and Dr. Simone concurring with Dr. Heavenly was saying. And, I know a lot of what be going on over there at Married to Medicine. Everything that's coming out, I already knew this. However, I'm going to try my very best to talk about this and still remove plays. I'm just going to go based off what we've seen on the internet over the years. Okay, so like dating back to like Darius, help me out with this, but I would say dating back, if they're in season 10, I would say as far back as season
8, 7.
Was it 8 or was it 9?
Like 2020.
No, it had to be 8 when like she was gone. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, Darius, you were there.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remember you were there when...
That was right at the start of the pandemic.
That was right at the start of the pandemic. And Darius was, because that's when I was helping Quad out with some of her content. And Darius, we were there when a lot of those conversations about whether she was coming back, her contracts, all these other things was going place. We saw that firsthand because we was in the lady house. You know, I ain't gonna say what was said. That's why I say
sprayed with Lysol, baby.
We got sprayed with Lysol, yes. I ain't gonna say everything. Clearly there's been some issues going on with Quad when it comes to Married to Medicine for years, okay? And honestly, to me, that's evident by the fact every time it's a new season starting, she either coming in late, she a friend of the show, there's some sort of dispute that's going on in the public eye about whether or not she's continuing. Now, listening to Dr. Heavenly, and we're just listening to her in that clip, and we see the other girls agreeing with her, it seems like there's been some history of what could potentially be some bad behavior from Quad over the years, as it relates to them producing the show and filming the show. And we know our girl Dr. Heavenly only talks about things that she know. You know, when we hear her talk that passionately, we know she knows something. And I ain't gonna say what I know, because I don't want to get in trouble, and I want to continue to be knowing. You know, it's kind of fun knowing like the inside tea of what really be going on and all that other stuff. So I ain't gonna say all that. It seems like what has been going on in the behind the scenes is finally surfacing to the front. And earlier this season, we saw Quad going back and forth publicly about she hadn't signed her contract, but we clearly saw the girls filming. So it looks like what happened back then is catching up as it relates to the show with her not being there the entire time. I will say this kind of reminds me of a couple years ago when the girls had that sit-down conversation and they kicked out Mariah. You remember that, Darius? You remember that?
I don't remember that. I wasn't watching then.
There was a couple years ago when the girls were kind of over Mariah and they had like this like sit-down combo, we don't want to fuck with you no more type of conversation. Regardless of what's going on, I don't really like what's happening with Married to Medicine and all these changes. Like you said, Darius, like Married to Medicine has always had that formula. It's always had that culture. It's always had that foundation. And now with Quad not being there, I don't know how I feel about that. You know, I just
and on the other side of the coin, I'm going to hand it over to Chris. On the other side of the coin, you know, I've always said this because they're real friends that this show works. But what these ladies are saying is that you got to show yourself to be a friend in order to be called a friend. And it sounds like Quad looks at this as a job, which it is. And that's not working for them anymore. I know Phaedra mentioned earlier, or Dr. Heavenly mentioned earlier today, that they are very professional on this show. They have hard start times. They have hard stop times. People show up on time. That was new for some of the women coming around that have been on other productions, because they're used to like coming in when they want to, kind of like I did today after I got done with my grocery shopping. And they also have been very over here. Listen, okay, the show still started without me, and that's the thing. The show will go on, but I think they're also just surprised that you can't just come over there and act anyway and then continue to be rewarded. It's just not working.
This makes me sad for Quad. Chris, did you have any additional comments you want to add to this combo?
I just wanted to say I thought Phaedra looked really good. She's lost a lot of weight. It looks so pretty. I like the little pink fluffy thing she was holding. Is everybody on Ozempic these days? What is going on? Have y'all seen Oprah Winfrey lately? She looks incredible. And I could not believe when they told me that she's about to be 70 years old. I remember watching Oprah's 50th birthday. That's all I had to say. I've never seen Married to Medicine, to be honest with you. I've never.
No, I love it.
It's a train wreck.
I do think this sets up the perfect arena for what could be a bloodbath on Married to Medicine. You know, a world where Quad is potentially going back and forth with Phaedra. Ooh.
So Phaedra is one of the new cast members on that franchise?
Yes. And
wow.
And I will say I will spill this a little behind the scenes tea. From what was communicated to me, Quad played a large role in Phaedra being considered for the show. She played a large role in that. hints where in the show you hear Quad. I've seen it on the internet. Her say, I'm the reason why you're here, or remember the reason how, like the way you got in, or something like that.
Oh,
the reason that's an issue, Chris, is because Phaedra has brought Quad around to a few events. The ladies clearly don't want to really fuck with Quad right now, but Phaedra her conduit to come to these events. But at the point that Phaedra decided, okay, if y'all don't want me bringing her around, I'll stop bringing her around. Now Quad is like, well, wait a minute, Phaedra, let me remind you how you even got around here. So it's becoming a little, a little messy mess.
I can't stand when people do that. Ugh. That's why I'm a firm believer in getting your own bag, your own house, your own car, put everything under your own fucking name so that nobody's like, I got you that. It's because of me that you're blah, blah, blah. No, ma'am. I don't like that.
I will say this, and this is taken out of Married to Medicine. I think Bravo was tired of some of these antics that the girls have gotten accustomed to over the years, and they're slightly cleaning house just a little bit, And this is really me just speculating and just seeing the things that I see on social media and knowing some of the things they got rid of Nene. We never thought we would see a day they'll get rid of Nene.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I miss her.
And now Quad, who was honestly like the Nene equivalent on Married to Medicine for years, she was a mainstay. I believe Dr. Heavenly told me a while back when you went to their headquarters and they had all of their Bravo stars, they had, of course, Nene's picture up there, but Quad's picture was up there as well. The only one out of the Married to Medicine cast, not even the person who started the thing, Mariah, allegedly, as Dr. Heavenly told me. But it's like Quad was once this essential piece of Married to Medicine, and it's like now they have figured out a way to work around this. They've brought in Phaedra, who is a fan favorite amongst Bravo fans, period. They brought in your ex-husband and his new wife to get that drama, and now, for whatever reason, the show is now getting rid of you.
It's honestly disgusting if you ask me.
You think so?
I think so. It's so disgusting.
Why?
I don't think that it's the connections they're trying to make to Quad in order to get her out. Like, we can get Quad off the show if we don't want her on the show, but you don't have to invite my ex-husband's new wife in order to do that. And now the conversation is about, well, Phaedra,
but doesn't that keep the show going?
It does it keep the show going, yes, but are we a group of friends or are we just a machine? If you're a machine, then do it.
From the network to them, yes, y'all machines, y'all hosts get up there and tap dance.
Does that make it any less disgusting? In my opinion, I think it's still disgusting. And then with Phaedra, there's still, there was always the speculation about whether or not Phaedra dated Dr. G in the past. And so now that's becoming a conversation on the show. And I don't think you gotta completely shit on Quad if you don't want her around. Just uninvite her from the shit,
I think Quad, being the reality TV veteran she is, she knows how this goes. Yes. And she's seen it done to countless people, herself included, over the years, with her mess and drama being part of the storyline. I think when we all sign ourselves away to these networks, we know exactly what we're getting into. It literally says, I surrender my likeness, my story, my everything for your profit. I do agree with you. It is disgusting, but I almost feel like that's it
comes with the territory.
I feel like it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will say I do feel for Quad because, a show that she was a part of from beginning, a show that she has put a lot of her life into. It's like now it's turning its back on her, whether or not that's her fault or not, because I don't know. I honestly was not there. I only hear things people tell me who's connected to it.
Yeah.
But viewing it from her standpoint, I know it must suck to see not only the cast turn against you, with these lives, and then preferring, Phaedra saying don't bring her around them or all this other shit. The production, it seems like, is turning against you. The network seems like it's turning against you. And that's how she said she felt in an earlier interview. She felt like it was a slap in the face. I can only imagine what she's going through on top of all of the other stuff she's gone through this year. With, my prayers go out to her, honestly. Actually, like, I need to send her a text.
Yeah. Because, this is the type of stuff that, we talked about Tamar earlier. We know where all of that stuff compounded on top of it. We know what that landed Tamar, and not, God forbid, that other people make that same decision. But I think that at some point, like we still have to acknowledge the humanity in this thing, and that just can't be easy. It just can't.
That was a great discussion. I love that. I'm gonna.